I'm feeling different. Yeah. Goddamn, I'm feeling different.
Fear is a tool. They think I'm hiding in the shadows, watching, waiting to strike. But I am the shadows.
Yes, we're talking about spoilers. Let's get it. You already know the title of the video, unless you're blind and somehow clicked on my video. If you're listening, then hello, we're talking about the Batman. We're talking spoiler reviews. We're gonna hop right into it. No time wasted. The opening to this movie gave me chills, bruh. This is probably one of the best introductions to a superhero movie-wise I've ever seen. I think I've ever seen. Like, they put fear into the characters in the movie. They put fear into the audience. It was like, yo, watch yourself. This dude is out here just beating on crime. I mean, like, the music top tier. The visuals top tier. And when he showed up on screen, that was top tier. The way he stepped out the darkness. Excuse my language, but I think I might have had an orgasm in that movie theater seat. Pause. That John was like, nah, you felt that. You I don't know how to explain it, but you get this feeling in your chest and you're like, oh, we doing this. Oh, this is what we doing? Okay. I'm here for the show. That opening, top tier. Like, I'm so serious. Like, that was one of my favorite, like, superhero introductions / openings I've ever seen. That scene alone was Blu-ray worthy. Yeah, that's it like that. As far as Batman goes, I get, like, Robert Pattinson isn't big, and, like, people are complaining about that when he got casted, but, like, when you see him on screen, like, Robert Pattinson, I think he's tall, so he got the height, and when he's standing next to other people, I'm like, yo, this nigga's type, like, he type big. I'm looking at him like, yo, he's kind of big looking, like, I'm not sure if that's a suit, I don't know what it was, but, like, him, his height, he already had the height, and him standing next to people, and I'm looking, I'm like, he's big. Obviously, he's not, Ben Affleck's Batman type big, but he was big. I don't know. And not only that, but when he walks, he has the footstep. Like, he has the footsteps along with that to just kind of like carry that weight with him. Oh yeah, I could see him beating down on some people with ease. And he's fast, bruh. There was a scene where he was like sneaking, because the first time he went to the something club. It was a club, I forgot, but the Penguin owns it. He knocked on the door, he's like, you know who I am? They was like, yeah, we don't really care. It was Batman. Then Bruce Wayne came to the door, he's like, you know who I am? And they're like, oh, shit, that's Bruce Wayne. Let him in. Third time, he's like, fuck all that. He snuck in. Someone had, like, had seen him for a second. They were like, yo, he said, boop, boop. His speed is like, I can see why they were like, we're not going for a bulk Batman. We're looking for lean. And when they said that, they meant it, because his speed is crazy. Like, it's wild. This man is fast. Like, my eyes was like, dang. Like, anytime he hit somebody, I was like, you could feel the punch, and all of that. You could, like, it was just fast. Like, it was crazy. This Batman, though, like, really the world's greatest detective. They wasn't playing around. They put that into his Batman. His Bruce Wayne, though, wasn't the Bruce Wayne we're used to. But here's the thing. I'm gonna sound weird for saying this. I feel like his Batman was way more relatable than anyone's ever seen. Like, for me, DC characters, it's like hard to relate to because they're more like Greek gods, and like I'm cool with that. I get entertainment out of that, but I don't have that like human connection with them sometimes because like they're out of this world type people. If anything, Batman should be like the closest because he's human, right? He has no power, but he's a billionaire, that dresses up in a freaking bat costumes and beats on people in the night. So it's hard to connect with that. But this, like, his Bruce Wayne is like, he's a bit antisocial. Not saying that I am, but like, he's kind of has that leave me alone type of mentality, but also he's a brat sometimes. Like, he kind of has his bratty moments, but he's humble in a way. And like, he's like, they just make him feel more human, like, and more relatable to me, in my opinion, than any other Batman we have seen on the big screen. Because like all his gadgets, he's not having someone else make it for him. He's sitting here in the Batcave building all this stuff himself. I don't know. There's something about him like there's way more relatable to me than the other Batman. So for that, he kind of like ranks up there for me. Because if you could build a connection with a character that's isn't really realistic, they make it realistic to the point where it's like you could believe it and you could sort of see yourself in that position. If you had the money, of course, and you know, the skill to beat people up in 2.5 seconds the way he did. Alfred. People, this is a complaint I've seen, like they didn't do enough for Alfred. I feel like they did a decent amount. If they decide to do a trilogy, I'm sure we get more of him then. But I thought they was gonna kill him, and I was like it's a nice twist. They're killing Alfred off early, but they kept him alive. But they really made me believe because he wasn't in the movie much, and on top of that, this is the first time we're seeing this version of Batman's world on screen. So I was like, I kind of believed it that Alfred's gonna die at first. So they kind of got me here. I wasn't like sad about it, obviously, but I was like, they pulled that off. All right, and then he was alive, and I was like, that's cool too. But this Alfred was like, he low key talking to Batman like, "I'll beat your ass, little nigga." Like, who you talking to? I'm Alfred. Cause like I guess he has the past in the military, and I could like you look at this Alfred, and he's like, "All right, yeah, you could do some damage if you wanted to." I could kind of see it. Like you got that kind of respect for him. What do I be? The Riddler, bruh. That dude was a creep, and I liked it. When he showed up on screen too, you was like, ah, snap. Oh, he a problem. Man with the duct tape. Yeah, chills. And I forgot the actor's name. I'm sorry. I think it's Paul something. He was great. I mean, like Riddler without the mask, and you get to know him more. This is the way I saw it. I don't want to offend anybody or anything like that. But I think he wasn't all the way, like, obviously he's not all the way there. I don't think anyone's all the way there in this movie. But, like, mentally, I think he was, like, a little behind, we'll say that. Behind. And he, like, the actor just killed it. Like, he really, like, put his heart into, like, all his scenes. And you felt that, like, absolute chills. He gave me chills almost any time he was on screen. Like, his riddles, clever. I loved him. Thumb drive part, if you've seen the movie because you're watching a spoiler video, you know that thumb drive part is probably the funniest one. The one with the neck thing with the bomb, that was some Saw shit. Phenomenal. His little twist at the end was cool, where it's like he wasn't the only one. He had followers backing him up. He's over here like, hey guys, thanks for all the help on bombs. I was like, yo, this is some Riddler shit right here. He was great. I mean, he was great. I mean, I want them to keep doing this. Take, like, the non-serious Batman characters and make them frightening. If they could do that, I'm on board with everyone. I don't want to keep seeing the same villains over and over and over. And if you're going to do ones that we've seen before, like the Riddler, make them serious. Like, let's do that. I'm down for that. Speaking of villains, the Penguin. You can't even recognize Colin Farrell. I mean, I'm sure you heard that, but like, the dude was a completely different person. He is the Penguin. Like, he was killing it. I enjoyed him every time he was on the screen. Like, his voice change and all that was just great. Like, I really did enjoy it. And the car chasing, you probably seen in the trailer. Now let's move on to the Batmobile. The Batmobile is a character within itself. If I had another complaint, which it really isn't a complaint, I wish we got more of the Batmobile. Because like throughout the movie, you could see him like working on it. It's in the background and stuff. The Batmobile is a character within itself. That shit is a monster. I'm telling you, that car is a monster. Like, okay. The Batman gave you chills when he walked on screen. The Riddler when he snuck his way on screen. And the Batmobile, when it makes you feel its presence on screen, gave me goddamn chills. It gave like it really, really, really gave me chills. I wish we got more of it in the movie, but like when you felt that engine rev, you felt that joint in your chest, and I was loving it. That thing was a monster. No joke. Anyways, Catwoman. Zoe Kravitz did her thing. She really did. She was one of my favorite parts of the movie. She wasn't just there to be there. She had her own story that kind of intertwined with Batman's goal. So they're kind of like going against each other a little bit, but their goal is similar in a way. So like the way she bounced off of him was good. She wasn't just there to be there. She had a purpose. She had her own goal and story, which is great. Zoe Kravitz is beautiful, by the way. Her wigs were convincing. Like I saw her wigs on screen. I was like, nice, because they didn't look like wigs. They looked like her natural hair, except the red one. But obviously, I don't know. Like I really enjoyed her. I guess there's rumors of her getting her own TV show or something like that. I'd be down for it. I wonder what she'd get into. They don't call her Catwoman in this, but she is Catwoman. They call her Selina throughout the whole movie because that's her actual name. I kind of wonder why Commissioner Gordon didn't question her involvement, but that's something else. I don't know. She was great. She was really great. I feel like I've talked about everything I want to talk about, so we're going to move on to the ending. And the ending of this movie was pretty much... Okay, so it was similar... Okay, the very, very end was similar... Okay, not the very, very end, but the ending of this movie was similar to the beginning, which also gave me chills because they used the same music. And that's when I thought the movie was like gonna end right there, and it kept going, which is cool. But I was like, yo, that would have been a perfect ending just to cut it off there. But they had to like do the thing with characters going their separate ways, so that was fine. Yeah, the ending gave me chills, almost damn near close to how the beginning did. And when I was done, I was like, yo, yeah, I'm getting this on DVD. I'm getting this on DVD for sure. The ending was great. Really great. And speaking of the ending, the character I was saying, like, another villain. So the Riddler's in jail, yada, yada, yada. And then another cellmate talks to him in Arkham. And it's like something about, I don't know. It was a riddle. And then the answer was a friend. Within him, the cellmate talking to Riddler, he says clown. I rolled my eyes. I was like, not because like I like the Joker, but I feel like we've been getting too much of the Joker. Joaquin Phoenix Joker was phenomenal. If it was that Joker and they connected to this, I'd be cool with it. But to see a new Joker already, I'm kind of not feeling it. And not only that, but I don't want to see that the Joker, be the main villain again. Not because I don't like the Joker, but I just want them to switch it up with villains. Now, the director has said, Matt Reeves, that, you know, they're just planting seeds. They're just throwing little things out there. He might not even be a villain. He might not even be within the trilogy. But, they don't know what they're going to do. They're just throwing stuff out there. So, that's cool and all. I'm not really too interested in seeing another Joker on screen, really. I want to see them switch up the villains. But, yeah, when I came on scene, I kind of rolled my eyes. I think I said everything I wanted to say. They had a twist with Batman's family, where they weren't as squeaky clean as the people of the city thought. So that kind of got exposed. I wonder how Bruce Wayne would handle that in part 2, since that kind of is his legacy in a way. I mean, he didn't do anything, but like that's his family, and he still has a family name. So in a way, he has a responsibility to take care of. I wonder how they handle that in the next one. Selina's father was another villain who was a gang member or boss or whatever. I forgot his name. Falcone. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but yeah, he was the father to Selina Kyle, aka Catwoman. Which is a cool little twist. I don't know if that's actual thing in the comics. I feel bad for not knowing, but that was a cool little twist. It wasn't mind blowing, but I like that little how they threw that in there. And yeah, man, check the movie out. I don't really got too much more to say. Like, it was great. I highly recommend it. Just keep in mind it is a little long, and the tone of it isn't like an action-packed, I mean, there's action in it for sure, but I would say it's more of a murder mystery / thriller, a little bit of horror, a tiny bit of horror. I think I've seen some parents walking their kids out the theaters because they was like, oh nah, yeah, the Riddler just clopped somebody's hand and it's time to go. But anyways, I'm gonna cut it there. Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see y'all next time. Have a good day, because I'm out.
I got you! Yeah, okay.